Well, good morning, everyone. This is Jamie Silver with Herff Jones Yearbooks. For today's podcast, we're going to cover a couple quick demos in eDesign. The first one is using the name check feature. The second one is running a coverage report. So without further ado, I'm going to get started with the first video, and I'll be right back.
Name check helps you identify and correct misspelled names in your yearbook so that each person's name is spelled correctly and consistently throughout. NameCheck scans the text on pages and looks for sequences of two or more consecutive capitalized words. For instance, NameCheck would find Mary Smith, Anne Marie Williams. It would also find things such as Beta Club, Quick Trip Food Mart. All of these follow the pattern of two or more consecutive capitalized words. When NameCheck finds one of these sequences, it compares it to the names in the master name list. If it cannot find a match, then it underlines in red that sequence of words as a possible misspelled name. Let's see how this works. I'll zoom in on this text frame. I see that Ricky Green is underlined. To launch NameCheck, I'll double-click to place my cursor in the text frame. With the cursor inside one of the underlined words, I'll right-click and choose NameCheck. The NameCheck window opens, and you can search for the name in the list. You can search for the first or last name, and you can enter just a few characters if you're not sure about the spelling. Press Enter or Return to activate the search. I see here that Ricky's last name is actually spelled with an E on the end. To replace the spelling on the page with the correct spelling, just double-click on the entry in the NameCheck window, and it's replaced on the page. I'll follow the same procedure for Trent's name. Right-click and launch NameCheck. Search for the name, then double-click to replace the name on the page. Because NameCheck looks for sequences of two or more capitalized words, it is also flagging the entries for White County and Wesleyan High. If these were names that appeared regularly in your book, the advisor or editor could add these to the custom names list in Book Setup so that they would always show as being spelled correctly. If you want to temporarily ignore a name, you can click the Ignore button in NameCheck. This will remove the red line during this editing session. You can also run NameCheck on the whole page or spread. First, be sure that nothing on the page is selected. You can do this by clicking on an empty part of the page. Then go to the Edit menu and choose Run NameCheck. NameCheck opens and walks you through all of the flagged items on the page or spread. The item currently located is listed in the top left. You can search the name list and replace the name as shown previously. You can ignore the entry and be taken to the next flagged name, or you can just click to go to the next or previous item on the page. When you're done, click Cancel. And that's how you use NameCheck to ensure correct and consistent name spelling in your yearbook.
You may have been using this already. I just want to share with you this time of year where we're all working on finishing pages and whatnot. And I thought just to highlight this tool again, in case you hadn't used it again, it's a great way to check all the names of the spellings on names, much like we do with spell check, but based on the school roster. So if you have any questions about that, or if you don't have your school roster loaded yet, please let me know, and I'll be happy to help you with that. The second tutorial I'd like to share today is about the coverage report. Also pulling from that data of the student roster is to see who's in the yearbook and who isn't in the yearbook.
One of the greatest goals a yearbook staff can have is to include more people, more times in the yearbook. The eDesign coverage report is designed to help you toward that goal. In this video, we'll take a quick look at this set of tools. eDesign scans the text on pages and the name tags applied to images and matches the names up with the master list. This information is then presented to you in the Reports area of eDesign. In Reports, you can see each person's name and the number of times that he or she is covered in the yearbook. You can filter the list by the different levels of coverage: low, moderate, good, or excessive. An advisor or editor can go into Book Setup and define what these different levels mean for your school. How many references in the book counts as moderate, good, or excessive? These filters are then available to you in Reports. You can also filter reports by grade level and gender. You have the ability to create a printable version of any filtered report. For instance, you could filter by students who have low or moderate coverage. Then go to the File menu and choose Print. This list can then be printed as a target list for yearbook staff members when they're going out to take pictures, conduct interviews, or get quotations. Reports can also be exported as CSV files that can then be opened in a spreadsheet program like Excel for further manipulation. That's a quick look at the coverage report features in eDesign. For more information and for written instructions, please see the resources in eDesign Help.
Again, I hope you found that helpful. One of our goals, as I'm sure you agree, is to make sure we get everyone covered in the book. It certainly helps with yearbook sales. You know, we're all human. We want to purchase a book if we're in it. So that coverage report is a great way to, as Mark explained there, you know, to kind of identify, especially this time of year, a targeted list to make sure everyone is covered and included in the yearbook. So I hope you found that helpful. Hope you have a great week, and I look forward to talking with you soon. Thank you.